Right, what do you want to do as your opening move then, do you reckon?
E2, E4.
E2? E4?
Yes. Yeah, I will go with that again.
Okay.
This is the move I've played all my life. I've tried other moves in the first, but this is certainly my favorite.
Yeah.
So.
For anybody who's just joined, because I see some people in the chat asking, how do we play? How do we do this thing? I'll do a really quick explanation again. All you have to do to play is the instructions are kind of up in that corner of the screen if you don't see them. But all you need to do is just follow what everybody else is doing in the chat. You type in the space you want to move from to the space you want to move to vote on the chess moves that you want to do. Okay? And that's how we're playing. And then the bot that I've got running adds up all the votes, and whichever one was voted for the highest happens. It's as simple as that. So I guess we'll see what happens. And I feel like I mean at this point I'm not holding out much hope for the chat anymore. I'll be honest. I'm sorry,
really?
chat. I'm sorry, chat. Well, look, put it this way, okay? We've played 3 games, and I feel like you've been relatively comfortable in all 3 of them.
Yeah, I mean the toughest one was the first one definitely, and the other 2 games, just one innocent move, just threw it away for the Twitch chat. Yeah.
Thank you, Danjitsu. That's very kind of you to say. He says it's the most enjoyable Twitch stream he's seen in a long time. That's very nice.
That's awesome. Thank you.
That's very nice. Right. I'm going to stop the vote, and we'll see which one has come out on top. And the answer is, dropping my pen, E7, E5.
Once
E7,
again, okay.
E5.
Well, I could go for the King's Gambit again, but no, let's do something else. I'll go Knight G1 to F3.
G1 to F3. Right.
And that's the opening that also we have seen in the World Championship in the past 3 games, which is going on right now in New York. They're playing up to 12 games, and so far they've played 4. And if you're interested in that, I'm analyzing all the games on my YouTube channel. I think it's on the screen. My I guess username is, well, you can also type in Huschenbeth on YouTube and you'll find me easily. Yeah. So
yeah, maybe if Holly's listening, which I think she is, maybe she can maybe she can plant a link to your YouTube channel in the in the chat.
That would be convenient for the users.
That would be
good. But yeah, I have my YouTube channel with a lot of chess content. We talked about it a little bit already. So this is really the main move here, Knight F3. The King's Gambit we played in the other game, it's not seen that often because it is quite risky, and you don't want to, I guess, risk something necessarily so early in the game.
Yeah. Right, so the move they've gone for is B8 to C6. There we go.
Okay. That is a standard move, so defending a pawn on E5, and I go Bishop F1 to C4.
F1? Say that again, sorry?
To C4.
To C4.
Yes. Let's go there.
Nice. I was going to make some kind of dynamite joke there, but I'm going to hold it back because, I mean, we've already seen what happens when I make my terrible British jokes. The chat love them, so I'm going to refrain. And let's see how they deal with this time. You know, with so many... I feel like there can't be such a gigantic number of different openings. It must just be at the point now where you've literally seen every single opening and you know exactly how to deal with every single one.
Yeah, I guess you could say so. I've seen a lot, obviously, but there are just some variations I don't get on the board at all with either color. So I'm not really knowledgeable in those.
Right,
because, well, I never get them, so I don't need to be knowledgeable, I guess. I just avoid them. But yeah, there are a lot of openings, and well, as you go deeper into the openings, there are subtleties and different pathways, and there's always something new to discover. So I know, well, the opening moves just from the beginning, but then as you go deeper, and at some point, of course, I have to think on my own. That's for sure.
Right, I'm going to stop the vote because the move which has jumped to the top is G8 F6. G8 to F6.
So the 2-knight defense, this is called.
Nice.
And I will go D2 to D4.
D2 to D4.
Yes, play in the center.
Nice, nice. So again, we see, yeah, like you say, we see this this fight over the center going on.
Absolutely. I mean, there's another really interesting move that is putting the knight on g5 and attacking the pawn on f7. But this is quite sharp and can be a little bit risky for white. So, well, yeah. I mean, this can be risky too. It depends. But I felt like I like this variation more. Let's put it like that.
Okay. Let's see. So let me see. Let's see if I've got more questions. We've got a question. I think I might have asked all of these. You know, I think I'm literally starting to run out. I feel like I'm trying to do a really good job. I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job of distracting you here, and it's just not working. It's just not working. Can you please be more distracted? Normally, I'm a really distracting person. That's how I normally play it in these streams. People in the chat are listening to me and responding to me so much that they forget to put their chess moves into the chat.
Oh, really?
But it's just not. It's
so
not
tell me real quick, what happens there when there's like a cheers? We saw it earlier.
Oh, a cheers, yeah. So it's this because we're a Twitch partner. People can cheer for the things that are going on, and they can spend bits. I think it's essentially like donating.
Okay.
But it's a more flamboyant way to do it with lovely shiny jewels, which is what Swedish Cheese is always doing for us. One of our regulars. He was our first sub actually, with Swedish Cheese.
Oh really?
Yeah. So I wrote him a song on stream and sang it to him on a ukulele. Again, if anybody's watching and they're interested in the stuff we normally do, we're pretty off the wall and ridiculous in most of our streams, but we like to do this serious stuff as well. Right, I'm gonna stop the vote because the winning move is e5 to d4.
Right. Yeah, that's the main move, and I go e4, e5.
e4 to e5. There we go. Threatening the knight there. So we'll see.
That's right.
How they deal with that. Yeah, and by the way, everybody who's watching, there's a link that's just been dropped in the chat there. That bit.ly/ Twitch Plays Chess. If you go on that link and you guys and sign up there and you guys do beat Nick today, which
this is the last chance.
We'll see. This is the last chance right now, so we'll see if you manage it. But if you sign up there, then you'll all get a free game at the end of the stream, which is, you know, I mean, it would be pleasant, wouldn't it, to get a free game out of this? It's looking less and less likely. I'll be honest. I
can't believe you gave up hope.
Right, the thing is, like, you know, three streams ago, I was like, oh, let's see, maybe they'll pick some things up, and you know, 2 streams ago, I was like, and 1 stream ago, I was like, oh, and now this game, I'm, you know, it's bad when I'm starting to lose faith in you, chat. You know, you know that things must be going badly. Come on, let's pick it up. Show me that you can win. Okay, let's stop falling for his tricks. I tried to warn you about his tricks. Remember, I did try and warn you guys about his tricks. Let's see. Let's stop the vote and see what they've done. They've gone d7, d5.
D7, d5. Yeah, that's the most common response here.
Okay.
So good choice. Bishop c4 to b5.
C4 to b. Sorry, to b5.
b5. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Really? So if go ahead. If I was to take the knight, then black could take the bishop on c4, and that wouldn't be a good trade. So I step to the side with my bishop, and now the knight is still attacked on f6. But by playing d5, black was able to free his position a little bit, get the light square bishop out on c8. So it definitely helped the black position.
Yeah. That's really cool.
But this is all, well, opening theory once again.
Yeah. So, you know, you were saying that with your YouTube videos, you do a lot of analyzing matches. Do you also, do you ever kind of play against people or play chess online?
Yeah, absolutely. There have been a lot of videos on that as well.
Yeah.
I I've done plenty of those. So where I play online, like this, pretty much, and I talk about my moves. It's usually timed though, so with like 3 minutes each. So both players get 3 minutes on their clock, which is not a lot, so the games are really quick.
Yeah.
And that makes them quite exciting too.
Yeah.
And then while I'm playing, I explain my moves and what's going on through my mind and why I'm playing the moves I'm playing. Yeah. So it's kind of, well, it's entertaining on the one hand, and it's also supposed to be instructive because I'm explaining what's going on.
Got you.
So yeah, I've different things on my channel, but lately, to be honest, I have not been able to upload much content because, well, I finished my bachelor in the US, moved back to Germany, and now starting my master. But for the World Championship, I'm back into action, which I'm quite happy about. It's just a lot of fun, and I'm doing these extensive video analyses for every game in German and English.
Okay, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So I'm hoping to be able to do more after the championship is over as well. But I have a lot of stuff going on, so
yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm doing analyses, playing Blitz myself, and then like different topics that I cover, how you can play better chess. Yeah. So, yeah.
That's really cool.
If you guys watching are interested in, I guess, practicing your chess a little bit, then feel free to check out my channel.
Yeah. Yeah, and the name of your channel is just above your head. It's kind of floating above your head over there, which is useful. Right. Or people can just Google your name and with YouTube, and I'm sure that will work as well.
That should work.
Right, I am going to stop the vote. And the winning move this time around is f6 e4.
Yeah, and that's the main move once again.
To e4.
And I go knight f3.
f3.
Takes pawn on d4.
d4. Okay.
Yep, right there.
Right. Okay, interesting.
So you can see the knight is pinned on c6 by the bishop. And I'm also, well, threatening it once more with the knight on d4.
Okay. Okay, I like this move, but I do feel like I need to distract you a little bit more, so let me start the vote again. We have more questions, don't worry, we have more questions. And again, if anybody wants to ask questions, get in our Discord, ask questions, we're trying to distract him, be a team player. Right, let's have a look. Tiddlywinks asks, who was the most difficult person you've ever played, and what made it harder than any other player? That's a good question.
Yeah, that's a question I have not really heard before.
Well, while you think of the answer, I'm going to stop the vote.
Already?
Yeah, because there's a move that has shot up. The move is c8 to d7.
All right. I will respond with bishop b5 takes c6. So taking the knight on c6. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Coming back to a question, who was the most difficult opponent to face? Well, I guess it must be a very strong player. I've never had an opponent where it was uncomfortable to play them for any other reasons than what happened on the chessboard. Chess players usually are quite well behaved, and yeah, there have not been any issues.
Well, that's good.
Of any sort. So yeah, it would be a player who was very strong, and also what throws me off sometimes when they're playing really fast. Because then it's like, well, there's a psychological theme as well, where it's like they're playing so fast and also playing good moves possibly, and I have to keep up, and it's not easy. So I once played against the number 13, I think, back then. He was number 13. And yeah, it was really tough, and I lost.
All right.
But yeah, good question. I'm
gonna stop the vote because one move has definitely gone to the top, and that is b7 c6.
All right.
b7 to c6.
And now I'm going to castle.
Okay.
So e1 to g1.
e1 to g1.
Yep, that's right.
Okay. And we'll see how they respond. Do you have like a rival? Do you have someone who you sort of see as, you know, kind of your adversary, someone who you try and match, and you see a lot at different games and tournaments?
A rival.
Yeah.
Like a player.
Like somebody
that
who
compete with a lot,
who whenever you see them from across the room, your eyes lock on each other, and darkness descends, and and you walk up to each other and you give each other that handshake of I respect you, but I will crush you. Anybody like this?
No.
Oh no!
Surprisingly not.
You need to make that happen. You need to pick someone who you see a lot, and then just start giving them the evil eyes. And then they'll start doing it as well, and there you go, you've got a rival.
Oh, great.
That's how I live my life. It works really well for me.
Yeah, just making rivals everywhere.
Yeah. Thank you very much, by the way, Traitor420 for the sub. That is absolutely lovely of you. There's some lovely people in the chat today. Absolutely lovely people. Right, I am going to stop the vote because one of the moves has cut to the top, and it is F8 to C5.
All right, yeah, I mean, so far this has been all seen in many games before, and Twitch community is definitely putting up a good fight here. Let me go for F2 to F3.
F2 to F3.
Yeah. So this has been really interesting. I like this opening. It's pretty rich, I would say.
People in the chat are being very pessimistic about the move that just happened. A lot of people are saying GG and are generally just not into the move that was just made and are saying they're going to lose now.
No. This is all common and known opening theory. This has been seen in hundreds of games, if not thousands. So don't worry, you're completely fine here.
Okay.
Yes, the knight is attacked, but you do have a square to go to with the knight, so don't worry.
Okay. Thank you very much, by the way, for all of the follows. So many people are following to us, and we're getting subs, and people are saying hi in the chat. I'm really sorry I'm not able to say hi to all of you, especially the regulars. The chat is going by so quickly that by the time I've seen someone saying hi or whatever, it's already gone again, and I'm really sorry I'm not able to keep up with everything. But you know, if anybody is interested in checking out our future streams, which will probably be not so ridiculous in terms of the chat going crazy, where I will actually be able to probably talk to you all, then feel free to turn up to follow us and turn up to our other streams. I think the next stream is on Monday, next Monday, and then we'll have another stream on Wednesday, and then I don't know after that. We'll see what happens. But yeah, do give us a follow if you want to see more of this.
All right, I think we got a move there.
We do. The move is E4 G5.
Yeah, that is the only move to save the knight.
E4 to G5. There we go.
That's right there. Okay, and now I will go bishop C1 to E3.
C1 to E3.
Yep, right there. Unpinning my knight on D4.
Yes. Nice. Let's see.
Thank you.
Well done. I approve of this message. Let's see how they respond. What was I going to say? I was going to ask a question about, because I asked Simon about some of this, but I want to get your thoughts on it. I remember him talking about the way that people act at chess events. And he said that when you're playing, you're not allowed to talk, essentially.
Yes.
But he said that some players will take the opportunity to sort of stand and walk off and walk around. And I remember he was telling me that Magnus sometimes does that. Will just kind of stand up from his board and just walk away.
Yeah,
which I don't
that's
know.
absolutely
It
standard.
Sounds kind of rude, or is that just okay?
No, not at all. Not at all.
No?
That is okay. when it's not your turn, or even when it's your turn, you can get up and leave the board at any point to go to a bathroom or just get a walk in. Obviously, it does make sense to do that when it's your turn because your clock is ticking.
Yeah.
But when it's your opponent's turn, a lot of people do that as a way to get a break, to maybe check out some other games, and to get your mind off the game for right now. Of course, there are rules. You cannot leave the tournament area because that means you could possibly get outside help.
Yeah.
But apart from that, yes, you can absolutely do it. Actually, Magnus Carlsen, there was like a photo yesterday where you can see him lying on a couch during the game.
Oh my god.
Against kayaking, where he went into the rest area and just lied down there and kept thinking about the game there.
Yeah.
Because, well, you don't need to be on the board to think about the game. You can also think about it in your head.
Right, yeah. That's fair enough. Right, the next move is E8, G8. They have gone E8, G8. So they're castling.
Yes.
Now,
okay.
I'm going to have to ask you a favour. While you think about this next move, can you also plug some things? Because I could quite do with going to the bathroom. I've been holding on for a while, but I can't hold on any longer. So
Okay.
you distract them with things. You plug some things, and I'm going to disappear for 60 seconds, and no one's going to notice I'm even gone because you're going to be talking. All right?
Okay.
Do it. Go for it.
Yeah, don't you worry. So let's see. We can talk about the position a little bit, and then I can also plug some stuff since he asked me to. Well, and also because I want to plug some stuff. But first, let's look at the position. What I'm going to do here is play the move f4. And what I like personally about this position is that white has these pawns on the king side. This pawn majority, 4 pawns you can see for white and 3 for black. And what I would like to do in the future, and I'm telling you this right here, is I would like to advance my pawns forward, the f pawn particularly, and somehow get to the black king, somehow open up the position in front of the black king, and mate you guys stand. That's my evil plan. So getting to plugging, we already talked about my YouTube channel, on which I have close to 500 videos now doing chess analysis, currently covering the World Chess Championship between Magnus Carlsen and Sergei Karjakin. So I would love for you guys to check that out. If you are into chess and you would like to just do it for some fun or maybe get better, I can definitely help you with that. And that is one thing. And then the other thing, if you would like to follow the World Chess Championship live, I'm not covering it live, I'm providing like the summaries, the analysis afterwards, then I would recommend you to check out chess24.com, on which they provide live commentary on all the games, just excellent commentary with some of the best players in the world. So if you are interested in the World Championship, and I would definitely recommend to you because it's just going on every 2 years and it's going on right now in New York, then go to chess24.com. And one thing, I think you're back.
I am back. I'm listening. Don't worry. I'm listening.
One more thing, there's another blog I just started with a number of friends. It's called beyondchess.com. Beyond dash and then chess.com, and on there we cover chess topics, but we also go beyond it and look at connections between chess and other areas of life, which is a topic which is often, well, not talked about much, so we're trying to highlight that, and that might be also interesting to you. And you see on the bottom there's my website. You can check that out as well, Niclas-Huschenbeth.de, but I haven't really, well, it used to be a blog, but I haven't really updated it for a long time, but you will find some other information if you want to, I don't know, read my biography or any of that stuff. All right.
Nice. Nice plugging. You did a good job there. That was good. That's even better plugging than I normally do. That was awesome. Right, have you figured the move out that you're doing?
Oh yeah, I already told.
Oh, you've already told the chat. I've missed out on all that. Wait, hang on, chat. Just remember, he's probably trying to trick you, so don't listen to his lies.
I will play the move.
Go on then. What you doing?
So f3 to f4.
F3 to f4.
Yeah, I even told the chat. I told everybody what my plan is.
I think we're good. Should we try and carry on?
Yeah, let's carry on.
Let's see if we can carry on.
All right.
maybe Twitch wasn't very happy with how badly you were all losing at chess for a second.
Yeah, people are saying Twitch rage quit.
I think that someone at Twitch was like, we can't let this go on any longer. Let's save them the embarrassment. Let's save them the embarrassment. There we go. Right. It looks like it's working again. That's good. That's good. And the board's still in place, so that's good. And everything seems to be good. Right. Phew. We nearly lost it all then. Right. What were we even talking about? That was incredibly distracting.
Right, it's black to play.
It is, yes. We're gonna see what they do now. We're gonna see what they play. Now that we're back in the room, but it looks like early vote seems to suggest they're gonna go G5 E4. Let's have a look. Yeah, everyone's going that. I'm gonna stop the vote already.
All right.
Because this is obviously what they're going for. G5 E4. So G5 to E4.
There you go. And
Right.
I'm going to go knight B1 to D2.
B1
to D2. Finally developing my last minor piece.
Nice.
And I want to get rid of this annoying knight on E4, which is on a nice outpost.
Man, yeah.
So an outpost is a square where the knight cannot be attacked by any of the opponent's pawns. So here you can see the pawn has already moved to F4 and it can never go back to F3 since pawns don't move backwards.
Oh, yeah.
So I can never threaten this knight again on E4 unless somehow I make an exchange and the G2 pawn ends up on F3. So this is what's called an outpost, and knights love outposts because they're protected, and especially in the center of the board they can have a great effect.
Yeah, don't worry, Frodo. We put 50p back. We put 50p into the meter to keep the stream going. It's okay. Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened with the stream then, but at least we're back up again, and it's all looking good. Now, the move that they seem to be going for right now is an F7, F5. How are you feeling about this game, by the way? Does it seem like they're playing better in this one compared to the others?
This is all still opening theory. I've had this on the board before. So yeah, I mean, this is already a sign that they're playing quite decently.
Okay. Well, that's good. Well,
I feel pretty good about this game still.
Oh, you still feel good?
I like to play these positions.
Okay. Are you quite a confident person when you play chess? Do you find that you're relatively kind of confident in the positions that you do?
It depends on the positions. If I've played them a number of times, I'm going to be more confident. But since I've played so many games, I've seen so many positions, and yeah, most of the time I feel pretty confident.
Right, I'm going to stop the vote because they've gone for F7, F5.
Okay.
F7.
It's an ambitious move, I have to tell you.
Yeah.
It is a risky move too, I think. So I'm going to still take this knight off. So go knight D2 takes E4.
E4. Right. Okay. Some kind of knight exchange going on here.
Right. And now black has a choice between taking with the D pawn or taking with the F pawn.
Yeah. Right, so I'll restart the thing. And just in case after that little seemingly simple crash that just happened, I should explain what we're doing again, just in case there are any new people. This is Pure Chess that we're playing right now. It's on Steam and it's on Xbox and it's on PlayStation, and it's 20% off on Steam this week if you want to play a bit of chess on your PC. But what we're playing right now is we're using Pure Chess to play Twitch versus Pure Chess. You guys are playing against Nick, who is over that side of the stream. He is a grandmaster. Normally on our streams you'd play against me and you'd win every time because I'm terrible at chess. This time you're all losing because you're playing against someone who actually knows how to play chess. So that's good. That's good news for me because it just cements the idea that I am terrible at chess. But that's all you have to do, and just follow what everybody else is doing. The instructions on how to play are up there, up there, and just follow what everyone else is doing. It's really easy. Now I'm going to stop the vote because D5 E4 is the one that everybody has gone for.
Oh, really?
D5 to E4. Let me make sure I'm double check I'm doing that right. E4. Yeah, looks like it. There we go.
I actually think that.
Are you about to say that that was a terrible move?
No. No. That would go way too far. But I think taking with the F pawn would have been better.
Okay.
That is my feeling.
Okay.
But okay, let's see this. I mean, this is interesting. Let's see this.
I mean, we've got people in the chat who are blaming various presidents for how this is going now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, someone's blaming Bush, someone's blaming Obama. We've got everything going on in the chat now.
Okay. Well, it looks like I do have a tactical shot here, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Okay,
So,
while you're thinking about it,
I will go for it.
go for it. Yeah, go for it. What do you want to do?
Or there's also this other option, which also looks interesting. I could win a pawn by going knight d4 takes f5. And this is tempting, of course, because I like pawns. But I could also take a more slow approach.
I guess in that instance, you're essentially trading a knight for a pawn and a bishop there, really.
Right, exactly. Let me just think about this real quick.
Sure, go for it. If there's anybody else, if there's anybody new following us, I don't mean following us, I mean watching us, consider following. Consider following us, okay? Cheers. All right, go on. What are you thinking?
All right, I'll take the pawn. I'll play knight d4 takes f5.
d4 takes f5. Cool. Okay.
And the point is now, well, I've unpinned my knight with tempo. And now, of course, the knight can be taken, but the bishop is undefended on c5 as well. So that's the point behind this.
Okay. Excellent. Right, I'm gonna have to think of some better ways to distract you, because it's just you seem undistractable, and it's starting to upset me a little bit. I'm normally really good at distracting, and I feel like I've found. I feel like you are my foe now. You seem undistractable, which is terrible news for me, because that's all I have. I've got a question. Have you ever been to the UK?
In fact, only for flights, so it doesn't really count.
Oh no!
Just as a stop. Yeah, I know.
You gotta come over. Do we not have chess tournaments over here?
You do?
Yeah.
But somehow, I guess not that many, maybe.
Right.
And maybe it's trickier to get there. I don't know. It's. I've asked myself this as well, but
it's a shame.
I want to get there soon, because I mean, well. It's just
because we're clearly hilarious and also have no idea what we're doing. Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah, actually, there's I thought about playing a tournament in the beginning of next year. It's in Hastings.
Okay. So down south.
Not going to happen, unfortunately.
Oh no.
But you know, I will get there eventually. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yes.
That sounds promising.
Yes.
Right, I'm gonna stop the vote. Because c5 e3 has won. c5 to e. What was it? e3 to e3.
Yeah, I actually think that's a mistake.
Uh-oh.
Not a big mistake.
Okay.
But Black has better chances to hold this or to defend if he plays with opposite colored bishops. And if you just take the knight back, then White has a dark squared bishop and Black has a light squared bishop, and that usually gives you some good defensive chances, even though it still would have been a difficult task here. Right. So I'm going knight f5 takes bishop on e3.
Bishop on e3. Okay. Right. I mean, I'm trying to keep track of who is up in terms of pieces right now.
It's almost equal. I'm just up a pawn.
Okay. Right. Well, that's maybe good news for the chat. I feel like they're at least doing better this time than all of the other games. Is this going okay? Because I literally have no idea, to be honest. Every game we played up to now, you've all of a sudden just gone, yeah, they've lost now. And that's it.
Yeah,
So...
I mean, you could say on a higher level this is already lost as well. But this is just, okay, so I'll tell you why. I mean, it's an extra pawn for me, but that's not all. I also have the better minor piece, the knight here, and the black pawn structure. You see how all these pawns are isolated? So you have a pawn island right on a7, then you have a pawn island. So pawn islands are pawns which don't have any pawns next to them, so they cannot protect each other. You have a pawn island on c7, c6, and a pawn island on e4. So all these pawns are weak because they cannot be protected by other pawns. They need to be protected by pieces if they are attacked. And that just makes them so much, well, more vulnerable and just targets for me. And especially a pawn on e4. It's you see how it's like in my position. And it seems like it will be a matter of time until I can pick it up. Whereas you can see I have exactly 2 pawn islands. There's, well, the pawns on the king side and the pawns on the queen side, and they're all like harmonious together. They can all protect each other. So that's just those 2 factors, the bad black pawn structure plus I'm up an extra pawn already.
I like together. The idea of pawn islands. Like they're all just like hanging out together, just, you know, floating around together.
You want to have as little pawn islands as possible. You want to have it all connected.
Yeah. I feel like we should keep saying the word pawn island over and over again because maybe it'll end up turning into a TV show. Right, I'm going to stop the vote because A8, B8 has happened.
All right.
A8 to B8.
Okay, they want to go after my pawn on B2, which is fair enough. Let's see. I will just go queen D1 to D4.
D1 to D4.
Yes, centralizing my queen.
Okay.
And attacking the pawn on e4, attacking the pawn on a7, even though, well, that pawn isn't too important on the edge of the board. And also protecting my pawn on b2. So multi-purpose move.
Yes. It's like it's like one of those Swiss Army knives. Probably. It's the Swiss Army knife of chess moves. Is what I'm going to say. Now, let me think of more questions to try and distract you. Right. Here's the thing. You are only 24 years old, right?
I am 24. That's correct.
Now, is that average for someone to already be a grandmaster? Is it young? What is it in terms of when people normally become grandmasters?
People become grandmasters very early, actually, usually, because you have to look at it like this. The people who do become grandmasters, they start very early as well, and they play just throughout their youth, and that's when you have the most time as well to go to tournaments. You can miss school here and there, but once you get into work, you just don't have the time to practice and travel to tournaments all the time, because it is a time-intensive sport. I mean, a tournament usually takes a week or so. So once you're working, you just don't have the means really to do it, and you also have other priorities, right? When you're a kid, you can focus a lot of your time on the game. So I became a grandmaster when I was 20, and I think around that age it's very common for people to become grandmaster. In fact, a lot of the top players are pretty young. I mean, the two competing for the world championship right now, Magnus Carlsen, the world champion, he's 25, turning 26 later this month, and Sei Kayakin, he is, I think, the same age. So they're both, fairly young, and they're players in the top 20, even younger. So it's very common for the strong players also to, just be quite young still.
Now, the chat is all over the place right now. We've got 2 different moves which are quite high up, so I'm going to leave it for a moment just to see what they go for. There's a lot of people also saying resign.
I guess I've discouraged them already.
Yeah, one move is
honest.
b8, b5, is what they're talking about. Another move they're talking about is c6, c5. But I mean, I don't really know what to suggest anymore, chat. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think that you're getting your free game this time. I'm sorry. Okay, and you can't say I didn't try and help you. I gave you pep talks. I tried to distract Nick as much as possible. You were just kind of all over the place, weren't you? I'm gonna stop the vote.
Okay.
Because c6, c5 jumped ahead.
All right. Go for it.
c6, c5.
I think that's a decent move.
Yeah.
Yeah. Distracting my queen from the pawn on b2, I guess. But then again, yeah. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let me take the pawn on e4. Queen d4 takes e4.
Okay.
And this is what we were talking about, right? Just a few moments ago, I said this pawn on e4 is a lost child, and at some point I will pick it up. And here's just what happened. You just didn't have any means to protect it in any sensible way.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so what? You're up to 2 pawns now, right?
I'm up 2 pawns, yeah, and that's a good amount already.
Yeah. There's people saying that maybe I should distract you by just disconnecting you from Skype. Maybe I just loads of things. I should try and persuade you to resign. I feel like they're kind of clutching at anything they can get now. But I'm wondering whether this game is going to be over very soon. There's a couple of moves that are getting votes right now.
Okay.
We've got some. What have we got? We've got some b8, b4s. We've got Oh, actually, that move is really starting to rocket up now. We've got some d8, f6s.
No, that black should not do. I don't know why Sanchez is suggesting this over and over again.
Well, fortunately, fortunately, people are only allowed to vote once. So he's only going to get 1 vote for that anyway.
Okay, well, he keeps trying, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's going to keep trying. You keep trying, lad. Maybe it'll happen. I mean, I'm going to stop the vote because one of the moves has jumped ahead and it's b8, b4. So I guess I'll do that. b8 to b4.
All right.
There we go.
So I'll give a check with my queen. I go e4, d5.
e4, d5.
Yep, and give a check.
Give a check. Here's a question. Is it rude to say check in an official game? So when you put someone in check, are you just meant to not say anything?
Yeah, you don't say anything.
Right. Okay.
Something during a game of chess is when you offer a draw.
Yeah.
You can say I offer a draw. Okay?
Yeah.
But you don't say check because you don't need to tell your opponent that's a check. He will find out himself.
Yeah.
So you don't do that.
Yeah, this is what I heard. I heard that. I heard it's kind of rude to do that. I mean, the chat chat is all over the place now. The chat is all over the place. Some people are saying to move the king into the corner. Some people are saying resign.
Okay.
I feel like chat. Like we have to talk about the possibility of resigning now. Because I mean, I'll do the next move because everyone's kind of voting for it.
Yeah, this one
which is this.
Is pretty clear.
But I feel like you're kind of done now, chat. What do you think? Do you want to make one more move, Nick? And
I can pick up another pawn, I guess.
Oh yeah. Where do you want to do that?
Wouldn't hurt. Yeah, let's just go queen d5 takes c5.
Takes c5. Okay. Right. Now I'm gonna start the vote again. But if people in the chat think that this is over, then feel free to type the word resign into the chat as well. And we'll see whether you actually want to continue because look, chat. I'm gonna be straight with you now. I don't think it's looking good. I think this might be it. So yeah, I mean, we've got people saying resign now. Perkle wants to charge, but I think, to be honest, Perkle is just holding on to hope.
Let's charge means let's keep playing? Or?
I think he wants to go for it, but everybody else is saying resign. We have a grand number of people saying resign. And, I mean, the highest move, which really doesn't have that many votes for it, is b4, f4. Which is taking a pawn with your rook.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I don't feel like that's a great move. I don't know.
No, this is actually a good move.
Yeah, should we carry on for a little while longer?
We can. I actually overlooked this move.
Okay, well, let's do it then. So they've gone b4, f4. So b4 to f4. Yeah. Maybe they might catch you in complacency. maybe that's a possibility. Let's find out.
Yeah, I mean, I should not have allowed this, but it doesn't change that much. I'm still up 2 pawns.
Yeah.
But I would not have liked to give up my nice pawn chain there up in the center. Yeah. So that was unnecessary. And I've lost, concentration for a moment. So
yeah.
Okay, let me go.
We finally distracted you. That was a successful distraction. So even if they don't win, we did distract you once. And I feel like that's basically a win in this stream, which is good.
So rook f1 takes f4.
f1 takes f4. Okay. Okay. And let's see how they respond.
Well, that response should be very quick.
Yeah, I mean, I can see a response that I think probably should win. And now people in the chat are calling it a fake out resign, and they're saying we can do this. He's overlooked it. Let's go, chat. Maybe this is the turning point. All they needed was a bit of a boost.
It was just one, guys. One pawn, guys. Don't get too excited.
Don't knock them down when they're so up. You never know. They might still do this.
We can play the next black move.
Yeah. Right. I'm gonna stop the vote because everyone has gone f8 to f4.
All right, and I'll go rook a1. To d1. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
And let's see what they do about that. I'm pinning the bishop on the d file.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to see. So there's different points in a match, isn't there, where it's kind of like you've got the opening, and then you've kind of got the middle of the game, and then the end game. Do you always know when the end game is happening?
Well, usually, most of the time, you call it an end game when the queens come off the board. But you can also have an end game when there are just not a lot of pieces left. Like, if there's just the queens on the board and a bunch of pawns, then it's called a queen end game.
Right.
Okay. So, but most of the time, when the queens come off, you call it an end game.
Okay. Yeah, because I always wonder about that. I always wonder, because I know that people who play a lot of chess they'll know when a game is over. You know, like you've been saying, well, basically I would know. Yeah. And I always find that really interesting, kind of knowing when a game is actually over.
Yeah.
Swedish Cheese has just dropped 100 bits. He's just cheered 100 bits into the chat as a confidence boost to the chat.
I like that.
That's a nice way to use it, Cheese. That's a really good idea. Right. So let's see. They're doing d8, e8. So here we go. Right. d8 to e8. I think that's right, is it? d8 to e8.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, Atomic Raven has just cheered as well. Everyone's cheering now for a win. So I feel like if you crush their dreams now, then they all might actually die a little inside.
No.
So let's see what happens.
Be so sad. All right, let's go. Queen c5 takes c7.
c5 to c7.
Yeah. Let's grab another of these pawns. They're so tasty.
Tasty pawns.
Yes.
I like it. I like it a lot. Oh no. This feels like you know, one of those situations where there's a car crash happening and you can't look away, but it's all happening in slow motion. It feels like one of those situations.
I would say it's that
where I'm
bad.
basically just watching a chess car crash. and the chat are all going, yeah, we can do this. But I don't know.
It's tough. It's tough. Let's be honest.
It seems kind of tough at the moment. Tabar Jack says he's threatening the bishop. We should totally move it. And Snake Shifter blames this all on me. That's nice. Thanks, Snake. He's one of our regulars as well, so I'm really not surprised that he's blaming it on me. I do get a lot of the blame in our streams. Right, and Pete, someone has said Legacy of Pi says flips chessboard. So I can imagine the Twitch chat simultaneously flipping the board in disgust at their loss. Right, let's stop the vote. It's F4, F7.
Yeah, that's
F4
the only move, really.
to
Because
F7.
yeah, you need to defend that bishop. All right, let me go. What do I want to do?
I mean, they don't have many pieces left now, really, do they? They're
well,
starting to have
just lacking a lot of pawns.
yeah, a deficiency of pieces.
Okay, let's go knight. Do I want to do this? Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Knight c4. Knight e3 to c4.
E3
Yeah.
to C4.
Yes.
Okay. Nice.
Let's get a knight into action here.
Can we not start a hashtag of blame Mike in the chat, please? I'm really not into this hashtag. I am not a fan of this hashtag. Right, let's start the next vote.
Yes.
And see what happens now. I'll tell you something. We're gonna need to get you back on another of these streams, I think, because this has been a lot of fun.
It has been a lot of fun indeed.
Yeah, and maybe if the chat brush up on their moves a little bit, then maybe they can beat you next time.
I think you need to, I don't know, do some training lessons.
I know, yeah. I had to get other grandmasters in to train them.
Yeah.
And then they can come back. I mean, another cool thing we could maybe try and work out doing, see if we can logistically work it, is getting some grandmaster on grandmaster action on the front page of Twitch.
That would be cool too.
That would be pretty cool. And it would basically just be me commentating it with my incredible knowledge of of chess. Someone in Discord has asked, do you know your IQ? Have you ever tested what your IQ is?
No, I've not.
Oh, no. Should do one of those free online tests.
I could. Well, I was actually contacted by a UK television production.
Oh, yeah.
And they're doing a show called The Secrets of the Brain. And they want to have me in one of their episodes, I guess. So maybe I'll do an IQ test there. Who knows?
That's cool. That sounds really cool. Yeah, you should do that. I bet you could probably do one of the online IQ tests now while playing this game of chess, and you'd still win.
Okay, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Right, I'm gonna stop the vote because D7 G4 has won.
All right.
D7 to G4.
I think D7 to B5 would have been a better move because now I think I have a pretty good shot.
Yeah.
So I go Rook D1 to D8.
D1 to D8. All the way down the end.
All the way down.
All the way down. And it looks a little bit like you've kind of pinned their queen there a little bit.
Yeah.
Because they can't move the queen out of the way, otherwise they'll be in check. And they can't take you with the queen, because then they'll get taken by your queen. I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like you might have won. Well, it seems like it seems like we're crashing towards a conclusion here.
Yeah, and with the bishop still on b5, the queen would have been protected, and black could just take my queen here, which he can do now too. Yeah. But then I'll take the black queen. It's not only a queen trade, it's actually checkmate, because it's a back rank checkmate, one of the most common mate motives there is. So you definitely want to remember that.
I mean, people are voting, but a lot of people are saying resign as well. And I'm starting to think that maybe this is a resignable position, really, isn't it? I mean, even I can see that they're kind of screwed at this point.
Yeah, much more so than earlier, definitely.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think there is any way out of this at this point, is there?
No.
Right. Well, I mean, I'll do their next vote for them. Some of them have voted for a lot for f7, f8, which I'll do. f7 to f8.
All right. I'll play rook d8 takes e8.
Takes e8. Yeah. And there's still people in the chat though. I feel like we gave them too much of a boost earlier, and now they're all never give up, never surrender.
Oh really? Well, yeah. No, I got the queen.
Yeah, so. I mean, at the point where you've lost a queen, it's not great, is it, chat? Let's be honest. Yeah, I think. Look, chat. I think I'm gonna make a decision for you here, and I'm going to say that it's a resign, because really all you're doing right now is. I mean, they're still going. They're still going, you know. Look at that. There's still loads of votes coming in.
Well, right. I mean, this move now is obvious, but it doesn't matter. It's just queen down.
Let's just do it. Let's play it out for their peace of mind. They've gone f8 to e8.
All right.
Okay.
Well then, I'm gonna go. Knight c4 to d6.
c4 to d6. Yeah. The chat is crazy right now. just people saying never surrender. This is a very different chat to who we had earlier. Earlier we had resigns all over the shop. Now none of you want to resign. Now everybody just wants to carry on. Well, we'll see what you guys manage to do. But I mean, I don't feel very good for you at this point, chat. I don't know what else you're gonna be able to do. Some people are saying, why don't we call it a draw? I don't think that that's gonna happen, to be honest. Nope. I'm really sorry. I don't think it's happening. Now, one move has jumped way higher than all the others, so I'll go for that one. And that move is e8, f8. So we'll go e8 to...
And I'm gonna go queen c7 to e7.
To e7.
Yes, right there.
Right there. And I mean, this is definitely a slow, agonizing death at this point.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. While the chat are burning themselves out on the end of this game, maybe we should do. Should we do one final plug before the inevitable conclusion? So for everybody who has been watching, thank you so much for joining us. This has been Pure Chess, and you've been playing against Nick, who is over there, and all his details are hovering above his head. I was going to say he has been a Grandmaster. He still is a Grandmaster.
For my entire life, I will be.
Yeah, and he's just beat you 4 times, unfortunately. Four times in nearly 4 hours. And if you guys want to buy this game, it's 20% off on Steam right now. It's also on Xbox and PlayStation, so feel free to check it out. I'm just going to stop the vote a second because H8G8 has happened. H8G8. How would you like to respond to this?
I would like to go e5 to e6, pawn forward.
To e6. Nice. So yeah, and if anybody has enjoyed this stream as well, please do consider following us. I know it feels really dirty to ask for that, but the fact is that we do so much streaming and we do stuff like this all of the time. So if you enjoyed this, if you didn't mind my really annoying accent too much, then feel free to follow and you'll get to see more of it. And also, we've got a pretty active Discord going on as well. Hopefully Holly's still there to post the link to Discord in the chat. But yeah, that's kind of my plugging done. Nick, would you like to plug some things before the inevitable conclusion of this?
Sure. So as you can see above my head, there's my YouTube channel on which I'm active right now. Quite active. Because the World Chess Championship is going on and I'm analyzing, covering all the games. And this is really the one chess event in the chess world. And if you like to play some chess or you like to watch some, then I would definitely recommend to you to check out my analysis of the game. So I'm trying to break it down for you, make it understandable, explain what's going on so that everybody can, well, understand what these two best players in the world are doing in their games. So my YouTube channel, German Huschenbeth, so just my last name. If you search that
it's right there in the chat actually. Holly's just pasted it into the chat if anybody wants to check it out. Okay,
well, yeah, you can go there and check out my videos and follow me on there if you want to. And that's all.
Nice.
That's my plan.
Nice.
Right.
Well, the move they've done is G4, E2.
Yeah, that was what they were hoping for. I know. They're threatening checkmate, and there's this hope that I would not acknowledge it. But,
this futile hope.
I will acknowledge it.
Okay.
Guys, I do see that checkmate on F1, so I just have to decide how I would like to defend against it.
Okay.
And let me just play. Very simple. Just H2 to H3.
H2 to H3.
Yeah.
Giving your king enough space.
Some space.
To tuck away from the incoming possible upset here. Although it would have been great if you just lost at this point. Having talked about.
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
People would be quite happy, but you know, I just can't do that.
No.
I just can't do that.
You looked at it and you thought, should I give it them? Should I give it them? No.
It would be not right.
No. I mean, I feel like that's pretty mean, but also pretty amazing, and I appreciate it.
I mean, it's just not. Yeah, it would go against my sports
It would go
spirit,
against the chess code. You can't purposely lose games in chess if you're a grandmaster. That's the code. So I guess
exactly.
We'll see. I guess
Can't
we'll
do
see.
that.
I guess we'll see how they. I mean, they're all kind of crying now, saying that they were really close. They thought they were doing it.
They threatened checkmate once. That's something.
Yeah, you guys can at least say that you put a grandmaster in check. But maybe didn't take it far enough. Let's see. I mean, there's quite a few different moves going on right now. It looks like H7, H6 is going to win here.
All right.
They're copying you basically.
Sure.
But I feel like it's not going to help.
Nah.
Let's see. We'll stop the vote and do that because that's the one that's winning. So it's H7 to H6.
Okay, and I'll go knight D6 to E8.
To E8.
Yes, in front of the queen.
Okay. Chat, are we really not resigning at this point? Is this it? Are we just plowing ahead?
We can play till checkmate. I mean, it's not that far away anymore anyway, so then at least we have one game.
This is starting to feel really sad now. Do you know, this is starting to feel like, oh, should I just take them out round the back and you know, sort of explain to them what is happening here? Oh no. Raider Biz, one of our subs and one of our regulars, says that I should just hang up on you so that they can call the forfeit.
Yeah, I guess that would be.
It's a possibility. It's a possibility. Raidabiz, but unfortunately, I don't think that I can. To be honest, I don't think I can, Raidabiz. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know, I normally, I normally listen to the subs, but I don't think hanging up on a Grandmaster on Skype is the way forward right now. To be honest, Raidabiz. Right, we're gonna do it. They're going F8, F1. Yes. F8 to F1.
Okay, I only have one move.
Yeah.
So I go King G1 to H2.
Okay. G1 to H2.
Yes. And this is, what's called often. I wonder how it's called in English, but I think it's something called like a revenge check, or something like that. It's like before you go down.
Yeah. Before
you checkmate, you try to give in one more check.
I do that all of the time. That's how I play.
Really?
When I'm obviously losing, I just go, check them! I got you in check! I got you in check! And obviously it means nothing.
It means nothing.
It means absolutely nothing. But it makes me feel better. It makes me
feel better. Oh, really? Well, then
inside.
It means everything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can at least go away with my head held.
Spy check. Yeah, spy check. And they're trying to do another spy check.
Spy check. And they're doing another spy check now.
They want to do another one, yeah.
Revenge Shank, says Sunlighter. Right, okay, well, it's obvious what's happening here. F1, H1.
Okay.
F1 to H1.
I'll take that.
I mean, they're just kind of... yeah, I mean, what do you want to do about that?
I'll take the rook. I'll take it.
With the king.
Give me that.
There we go. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, if there was a time to resign, chat... I feel like now is it.
No, I mean, at this point it doesn't make sense because it's going to be checkmate in the next move anyway.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So you've got a choice, chat. You can either be checkmated or, for the first time, actually, because you've resigned from all the other games, so we could finally see a checkmate, or you can resign and not have to suffer the embarrassment of a checkmate.
Well, it's not always embarrassing.
Oh, some
Actually,
moves
I don't get a lot of checkmates these days. Usually, all people resign earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's saying resign now.
Yeah, and I mean, all the votes, the moves are just all over the place. This is chaos. This is just chaos, to be honest. It's.
Let's die in honor.
Yeah, let's die in honor. I mean, do it with dignity, says Installation 84. I mean. There's so many moves with an equal number of votes right now. There's 3 different moves which each have an equal number of votes, which means that it's gonna have to randomly. Oh no, wait, one of them's jumped up.
Just take it. It doesn't matter.
Let's see. Stop the vote. A7, A6 is the move.
All right.
A7.
What a finish.
What are you doing? What are you doing here?
So I'll go Queen E7 to G7.
7 to G7. Oh no. Oh no.
There we have it. White wins by checkmate.
That's it. It's all over. Chat, it's all over. That's it. You can't resign anymore because you lost. No more resigning. No more offer draw. This is it, chat. This is it. You've been stopped. I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry. Right. Well, I mean, all there is left to say is thank you very much, Nick, for joining us in this. We're definitely gonna have to get you back on and do some more of this.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and thank you to everybody who's been watching. We've had so many people watch. It's been amazing. I think we were like peaking at over 1,000 people at one point. It's kind of amazing, really.
We had 1,700 people on at some point.
Jesus Christ! I see. So I wasn't even able to keep track of that because I was trying to keep the bot going, etc. But that's kind of amazing. Thank you.